Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. So this Goku right here, he was a login bonus a long time ago. Like we're talking almost 4 years ago. This Goku right here was actually a login bonus. They just brought him back as a reward for a lot of missions in the World Tournament. As you guys can see, they give you a total of 14 copies. So they give you more than enough to go ahead and rainbow him. As well as open up all dupe paths. So what we're going to do here is we are going to go ahead. I want to put the dupe paths in just in case. No, wait. yeah. I want to put the dupe paths in first. I'm very cautious, right? Because we're probably not going to get any copies more of this Goku. So let me go ahead and awaken him up. We're going to open up all the dupe paths and stuff. Now, here's the thing. I'm not actually going to go ahead and rainbow this Goku right here. The reason I'm not going to do it is because it's just a huge pain. Well, how do I say this? They didn't make him really usable. They didn't make this Goku or this Pan. Neither of them is really that good. They actually kind of suck. So I got some footage from a homie. We'll go ahead and use that footage to go ahead, and show of this, INT Goku. They got Oob in his card art, which is cool. We'll go ahead and show him at 100%. I guess I'll just go ahead and feed the dupe paths and stuff in off cam. I guess there's no reason to do it on cam. Only thing, of course, is you do have to awaken 5 of them to feed them in, right? So you are going to have to go through, you're going to need quite a few World Tournament medals to awaken him, and also, some of the Bulma as well as the Turtle medals. So I'll go ahead and get to that now. And we'll go ahead and we will hop into a rainbow showcase of this guy and see how useful he can be. Alright guys, so here we are into the portion where we're going to show off the rainbowed INT base form Goku. Now, I was a little messy in awakening him and stuff, but that's just because your boy was super nervous about, getting all those dupes in, right? Because this is a card that I don't really think we're going to be getting for, probably not again, honestly. Because, this INT Goku, the SR that he, awakened from, he came out, almost 4 years ago. It might have been before STR Gogeta, honestly. So this is a very old card. Now, I do like what they did, how they sort of, brought him back, made him obtainable again, and then at the same time, remixed them, made them a lot better, right? But, I mean, here's the thing. I don't understand why they went as light with his abilities as they did. Like, both this Goku and the reward card Pan, who we'll do a video on next, both of them, honestly, are quite underwhelming. I'm a little bit, like baffled, really. Like, this Goku, at the very least, I could say, if you want to rainbow him, go for it. I got footage from a homie here to show off what this Goku's capable of doing at the rainbow level. But, let's take a look at what this Goku's passive does, right? So he gives Tech, INT, and STR 1 key and 20% attack and defense. Now, that's not horrible, right? You can actually make use of him, especially if you have a newer account. I would say this Goku could actually be pretty useful for you. But, he's nothing crazy, honestly, if you're going to, there's much better options there, I guess is what I'm looking to say. I mean, he is only an SSR and not a TUR, but still, I think, this is it for a long time in, the Dragon Ball manga, this is the final Goku that we get a glimpse of. So I would have preferred had they made him just a bit better, right? They've given him just a little bit more power, make him not quite as underwhelming as they did. Because, Global right now has a World Tournament going on as well. They have 2 cards. Their 2 cards are incredible because, the Super Saiyan 2 Great Saiyaman, which JP has already got, is really good. And then that Physical Bojack's really good. But over here on the JPN, bro, did they go light with some of these cards? Now, one thing with this Goku, right? He does sort of have some wonky links, right? He's got All in the Family, which I hate. I hate that link so much, just defense 15%. It could be useful on certain units, but I find myself being annoyed by it more often than not. But he does have in-fighters, Z-fighters, and experienced fighters, so who knows? Like, this Goku could potentially be very useful if we ever got a Z-fighters category. Like, I have no idea how restrictive or, you know, ridiculous they would be if we ever got that Z-fighters category, right? Like, you know, with Super Saiyan Blue cards, you know, Super Saiyan God cards, Super Saiyan 4, like, how far into the future would they go for some of these characters? Like, you know, would they give us the strongest forms of, like, Goku and Vegeta, like, all the Piccolos together, the Gohan, the Trunkses? Personally, I think they probably just should, like, just put all the strongest ones in there, because, like, these categories now, especially now that we're in the dual category meta, like, they're all so broken anyway. There's not really much of a point, I think, to, you know, like, restricting categories in that way. So, you know, all the units that have that Z-Fighter link, though, like, I obviously they would make it onto a Z-Fighters category, and I do sort of think that that is one that is realistic, right? Like, you know, we've all been waiting for the movie hero category, which they finally gave us. You know, I think the Z-Fighters is another one that's very, very realistic, right? There's a very good chance we'll get it. Like, definitely not during, like, the 4-year anniversary or anything like that, but in the future, a Z-Fighters category, I do think will probably be in the cards. Now, looking more at the Goku, even his super attack, I guess that's one more thing. Like, I really, like, would have liked to have seen Oob. I don't know. I guess since the card is just Goku, right? You know, I would have liked to have seen, like, some sort of new Oob card come out. So I really hope, as part of the 4-year anniversary, we do get a new Oob card, because, like, this is pretty much our best opportunity, right, for a long time probably to get a new Oob, because he played, you know, a pretty decent role in some parts of GT. So, you know, we'll see what they end up doing. This Goku, again, if you are a newer player, right, I would say, you know, maybe go for the rainbow. It's not really too big of a deal. Like, they give you all the copies of the card pretty easily, right? If you just go for 23 million points, you will get the copy of Pan, and then you'll have enough copies to SA10 this Goku, as well as actually feed in all of his dupe paths. Like, they really wanted people to be able to rainbow this guy if they wanted, which is a good thing, right? It's sort of like a, I guess you could almost call him like an extra bonus, right? You could. Now, I don't think, though, that they would add him to, like, the World Tournament banner in the future. I suppose, yeah, see, it would be weird, because the banner is only SSRs, right? So, like, I don't think they would add him into the pool as his, you know, SR form. I don't know, maybe in the future there could be another World Tournament type banner. I've talked before how I wanted to see, like, the tournament revamped. Maybe Tournament of Power style, I think, would have been very, very nice. But, like, you know, we'll see what they eventually end up doing. They might be hesitant to actually go ahead and put that in motion, but I think now is the time. Especially it makes sense because, well, there is one more tournament that happens, like, in GT, but, like, you know, in Super, we have, you know, these, like, you know, the Universe 6vs7 tournament, we have the Tournament of Power, so, like, this last tournament right here, this really should be the final tournament of this format. They really should sort of up their game, give us some new stuff for some of these units, so we'll see what they do. Alright, so now let's just go ahead and take a look at everything that this Goku does. Alright, so this is Realization of a Wish Goku. His leader skill is Tech, Int, and STR type, Key 2, and HP attack and defense 30%, so his stats are definitely a little shy in being able to be considered a good leader skill, I think. His super attack is the Kamehameha, which does supreme damage. His passive skill, long-awaited World Tournament appearance. He gives Tech, Int, and STR types 1 key and 20% attack and defense, so it's nice that he does cover a couple different typings, but really, it should have just been all allies 1 key and 20% attack and defense, right? Because, like, it does kind of hurt with, like, you know, if you're going to use Evolution Blue Vegeta as your Pure Saiyan category leader, you know, like, that might hurt you a little bit. Or, you know, Physical Super Vegito as the leader of the Majin Buu arc team. You know, this Goku is not compatible with either leader of the 2 categories he's on, which is a huge disappointment. And then he has his extra effect, 3 key and 77% attack and defense when facing a World Tournament category enemy, but you're not, like, really ever gonna face a World Tournament category enemy. Like, just off the top of my head, I can't even think of a Dokkan event that has any of these characters in it. There's none. You know, looking through the list, there is not any characters on the World Tournament category that appear as a boss in a Dokkan event. Like, that's kind of just the sort of treatment that a lot of these, you know, like Dragon Ball era characters and stuff have gotten. So, I mean, at some point, maybe, like, you know, the Namekian Piccolo could become a Dokkan event, you know, the Great Namekian Piccolo from the tournament. But as of right now, like, you're not going to be able to activate that effect whenever going through a Dokkan event. You can in Super Battle Road, but this is probably not a unit I would recommend using in Super Battle Road, right? Now, his links are Z Fighters, All in the Family, In Fighter, Kamehameha, World Tournament Reborn, and Experienced Fighters. So I said he had wonky links, but I mean, Z Fighters, In Fighter, Kamehameha, and Experienced Fighters, those are actually 4 very competent attack links that good units have, right? Like, you know, Physical Super Vegito, for example, has In Fighter, so that could be very, very useful to sort of have, like, you know, ready to go. Now, his 12 key multiplier is 130%. Oof, that's not great on a newer unit, right? That's not what we'd like to see. And then, of course, he does have the 3 categories, right? He is on the World Tournament category, the Majin Buu Saga category, and the Pure Saiyan category. Unfortunately, we're getting a lot of units nowadays that are on, you know, the Buu Arc or the Hybrid Saiyan or Pure Saiyan. Honestly, all 3 of those, I think, need new leaders. Now, for Pure Saiyan specifically, that team is much better, much better than Hybrid Saiyan and Majin Buu Arc. But, you know, Blue Vegeta only giving 130% to attack is not really too good nowadays. He fits very well in the team. Like, you know, that's still a unit I would run even if they had a different leader. It's just, it would be nice to have a leader that gives more of a buff to attack, right? So the Pure Saiyan team can move a little bit quicker. But then, of course, you know, the Buu Arc team and the Hybrid Saiyan team are just very wonky. We're getting so many units for those teams, man. They really, I hope they work quick this year to give us some dual category leader skills or something that involve some of these weaker categories, right? Maybe Namekians. We get like a Hybrid Saiyan and a Namekian leader. Like, dude, how amazing would it be? Like, fuck it. Like, just give us a summonable LR, you know, LR, Ultimate Gohan, and Piccolo from the Tournament of Power. Their leader skill is Namekian and Hybrid Saiyan. Boom. That would be incredible, dude. People would love that. And that team would probably be able to work very well because you could build like a Piccolo and Gohan full team. You know, Piccolo and Gohan link quite well. That's a cool idea, some stuff they could do. You know, if they really start doing that, like, all of these categories are going to be very, very solid to use. But, alright guys, we'll go ahead and finish up here. You know, we got the new INT Goku, you know, his Dokkan Awakening. His card may not be the best, but I do still think it is pretty cool that they took this uber ultra rare card, they gave him an awakening, and then they basically gave him Rainbow for free to everyone just if you grind a little bit. I thought that was actually really, really cool. So, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.